up, everyone? It is your girl Gel Beauty 87 here, aka Grace, and today we're gonna do it's called Eyeshadow Heaven tag by my girl Dr. Ash and her makeup. So she tagged me and a few other creators in a post she had made after she initially launched her Heaven eyeshadow video. Anyway, Ashley tagged me and Beauty and Friends and a couple other creators to do the tag, and I was like, challenge accepted, say less. So here we are. So I initially had palettes. I already thought about it as soon as she said this. So I had palettes from 3 brands in particular, and we're gonna start off with those, which is what made me think of this. Made me know already the first 4 I was gonna put in the video. Sorry, first 5 I was gonna put in the video. So of course y'all know Mother's Quad was gonna have to be in here. My favorite one, Nocturnal Nirvana. Oh my, look at it. It's blue, green, and purple. What is there not to love about this palette? I don't understand. So the shades that make me happy, of course, are the blue and the green. And then the purple makes like a nice little twist to add on. I know one of y'all told me your purple went hard pan. I was so sorry for you, girl, because like this is a great purple. But what I like about it is the green shifts to like a purplish type shade. So these are the 3 shades in the quad that I love. Of course there's gold, and that's cute because Mother loves gold, but you know, the purpose of this quad to me is these 3 shades right here, and it is the first thing I thought of when Ashley tagged me to do this video. So I was like, yes, we gotta do it. Now I'm not gonna try to swatch every single one because I don't know where my makeup remover wipes are, and that's a lot. And I didn't bring the little eyeshadow ones I have because I have the ones that you can just wipe off your eye with, and I didn't bring them in here. So the next one I thought about was Ritualistic Rose. Like this sparkly shade right here and this one right here they just give me all forms of life. So we're gonna swatch those next. But I'm probably just gonna swatch the initial ones that made me think of this video, and then you know, after that it's just gonna you know, show them and point to the ones that's pretty and make me love the palette. So this is that bottom one, and then this was the top one. It's like gold, but it shifts into like a rose gold when it's on the lid. So that's simply stunning. So I basically just swatched this shade and this shade that I showed you all, and that's what's on my hand here. Of course you can tell which one is which just based upon the tones in the palette, but that's them. So the last Pat McGrath quad I thought of, I forgot the name of this one. It is Risque Rose. This is the one that came out in 2020, I believe. And that special shade right there is just everything to me. It looks really similar to a shade in Angelica's newest palette with Kaleido, with Odin's Eye. Hint, hint, that palette's in here as well. For the shade that's similar to this in addition to another shade, but it is stunning. I swatched the other shimmer as well because Mother's shimmers are like chef's kiss, and her mattes are really nice too, but like we usually are more excited about the shimmer. So that's this shade right here and then the one underneath it, and these are initially the shades that made me think, when it came from Pat McGrath at least, that I needed to go to Eyeshadow Heaven, or was Heaven the eyeshadows. I keep mixing up the words on it, but these were the shades from Pat McGrath at least that I initially thought of when Ashley tagged me for this video. So I was like, we're doing it. Yes. So the next palette I thought about was the Koi palette from Viseart. I actually wasn't gonna buy this. I was trying to wait for the sale, but then like I had spoke about it on Instagram, and the brand actually tagged me, were like, we're gonna be discontinuing it, so you need to go ahead and get it if you're gonna get it. And I was like, oh, say less. So I ended up, you know, taking the plunge and getting it. And the shade that really does it in here for me is the blue, the purple, and then like this iridescent shade at the bottom. So I'm going to swatch those, and then after the next palette coming up, I'm probably gonna stop swatching because I don't know where my stuff is, and I don't need to keep swatching. Plus I'm always scared that when I swatch too much, my stuff's gonna get hard pan, and I'm like, I bought it to use it, not to swatch it. So that's a lot of the time why I don't swatch stuff, because I had that happen one time. Like I had swatched something for a video, and then like the shade got hard pan after that. I was like, oh So these are the 3 shades I thought of course, the blue, the purple, and then this is like the shifting shade at the bottom. So let me show you which ones they are in the pan. So I swatched this one, I swatched that one, and I swatched this one right here. Those are the 3 that you see swatched on my hand right here. But I mean, they're blues and purples. I'll be really surprised. It's me, so no. How many blue and purple stuff you swatched on my hand so far? Yeah, we're not surprised at all. So the last palette I had, and I feel like anybody who knows me knows, I am a purple palette connoisseur. So we had to add an hydrant up in here. And of course, I have to swatch the shade. Then hydrant, because you know, then hydrant just does things to me, for me. It's, you know, like Aaliyah said, it's a positive motivating force within my life, okay? So that's the shade I was most excited about, but I'm also really liking the shade ACI 20, so I'm going to swatch that one as well. Those are the 2 shades that I reached for this palette for. So ACI 20, I swatched first, and then in hydrant. So here's ACI 20, and then in hydrant, but like it just shifts to so many different gorgeous colors. So I swatched that one, and then this one in hydrant. So these were the palettes I thought of when I initially thought of Eyeshadow Heaven and the eyeshadow colors that I like. I'm gonna try to get a eyeshadow remover wipe to wipe all this stuff off my hand, and then maybe I'll try to swatch some more. We'll see how it goes. Okay, on to the next set of palettes. So next I have one that I did a video on quite recently. This is the Supreme Mauve palette from Artist Couture, and y'all know, like, initially when I use this palette, Sex Appeal and Obscene are the shades that like I am obsessed with. So it's like I have to talk about Sex Appeal and Obscene. I'm more excited about Sex Appeal than I am Obscene, but like both of them are simply stunning. Look at that. Like, I want to put this on top of like a black base and make it pop even more, and then have like a really dark plumish like outer V, and then just like a gorgeous like bright purple in the inner corner or something. So I'm gonna have to do something like that, but like those are the shades in this palette where I'm just like, yeah, give it to me, yes. Next I have Flight Club. I feel like, again, y'all should have known, purple palette, all about the purple palette line. I do have a few more all shimmer palettes that I need to show y'all, but I figured I'll just throw these in the middle and we can mix it up a little bit instead of just all shimmer, then next. I just love this palette as a whole, but the shifting shades in here to me are really what make it stand out. So like I'm gonna swatch just about all the shimmers. I got Fruit Feast. I'll swatch that one first. Gorgeous purple shade. Then I got Hanging Out. Again, that's a gorgeous purple. All the purples in here I feel like are beautifully done. And the fact there are different tones of purples. There's like bluish purples, and there's more like a fuchsia plummy purples, and there's classic purples. Like this palette is just giving all the life that I need. I have After Dark. I feel like After Dark is actually quite a good dupe for that one I just showed y'all, Sex Appeal, at the top, if you can't see. But yeah, I just basically swatched all the shimmers in this palette because they are just as gorgeous as the mattes, and I feel like this is a beautifully curated and colored story palette. But we talking about shades that I love in palettes. I love all the shimmers in the palette. Like every single shimmer in this palette I think was executed wonderfully. Then of course I have my Night Flower from Lethal Cosmetics. This is like probably one of my all-time favorite Lethal palettes. I like it and After Dark a lot, but yeah, like this one, it just gives me the feel. So my favorite shades in this palette are this one right here, and then the blue, of course. I'm gonna swatch those. If y'all haven't realized that, I just love a whole bunch of purples and blues. Like, you know, just give me some purples and blues and I'll be fine. I don't need much, just need purples and blues. Funny thing is, I feel like I haven't been wearing those tones a lot recently, but they are like the tones that I'm most excited when I swatch these palettes for. So this is the blue and this is the purple. But yeah, like this palette is gorgeous. I love the look I curated and came up with this palette. It's just stunning, just absolutely stunning. Okay, now we're gonna get back to some all shimmer palettes. So I have the Skewed palette from Oden's Eye. I love this little palette, but it's for this weird periwinkle shade right here. And I actually kind of like the orange, okay, just because it has these weird green reflex in it. So I'm gonna swatch both of those. But the fact that it's just all shimmer palette to me is just really cool. But like, look at the weird shift that's in this blue. It has like this, it's periwinkle, but it has like this weird goldish shift to it. It's just so cool and so unique and just right up my alley. Now I'm gonna swatch the orange with the weird like green shade in it. And it has a nice little sparkle to it as well. So those are the two shades in that palette I'm excited about. I like all of them overall, and I feel like they all look good together. But if I had to reach for this palette to like just swatch shades and make me happy, it would definitely be those two. And then we have All I Ever Wanted. Now with this one, it's hard because there's so many good shades in here. So that's why I was telling y'all, with some of them I'm not even gonna try to swatch because there's so many good shades in this palette. So I'm not gonna try to swatch all these shades, girl. I have to try to swatch this whole palette. Who has time? But I do love a good majority of the shades in here. Probably starting from the second row all the way down are all the shades I'm in love with. The top row not so much, but we know I'm not a warm tone girl. But from like here all the way down, I'm all about it. Yes, I live for it. I love it. This palette is stunning. And like Ashley says, it is all I wanted. The community had spoken and told her, according to Dr. Asher, her makeup, that that we wanted that palette. So she made sure that she came through with it. So let me get my little thing so I can wipe this off just in case I want to swatch some more. So I don't know if you all knew about these, but they're the little micellar water pads that you can buy from CVS or Walgreens or Walmart or Target. Basically at any convenience or store. They have these micellar eye things. They literally just take off your eye makeup and you don't have to waste a whole makeup remover wipe trying to take off your eyeshadow, do your eyeshadow looks with. So I have bought some of those, and those are the only things I can find right now. So that's what we're using to wipe these swatches off. So lastly, I'm gonna get into all the collab palettes I'm absolutely obsessed with and in love with. So I think we can start off with the classic, which is Friendcation from Desi and Katie. Now y'all know what shade took me off of here. This shade right here, A Moment. I like the shade Game Over, and I like the shade Dirty Money. So we're gonna swatch those for sure. Why does that look like that? Yes, I got Dirty Money, A Moment, like A Moment, just honey. It was giving all of what was needed to be given. So this is Dirty Money at the top, then there's A Moment, and then this is shade Game Over. Like, I feel like Game Over would be good to put over a all black eyeshadow to give it that extra sparkle and shine to it that you want, and then put like A Moment in the inner corner. And that sounds like a smoky eye dream to me. Excuse me. So that just reminded me of an idea of an eye look to do, because honey, yes. Of course, you know we couldn't get a collab palette without Auntie Jackie's palette. So, honey, the shade Wigglies and Sponsored are just, those are my shades. Shookington is nice too, so I'm gonna just swatch a few shades out of here. So we're gonna do that. I start off with Shookington. I just love Wigglies. Like, Wigglies is like my favorite shade in Jackie's palette. Like, Wigglies, seriously, we named you Wigglies, Auntie. Not Auntie Jackie. Okay. And I'm swatching shade Dwellers, since everybody really loves Dwellers. And Sponsored. Y'all know I love these classic shades like this, Sponsored. So I had to swatch it. I'm trying to decide if I should swatch Zam or not, because it is a really nice glittery shade. So I will go ahead and swatch that one. So these are the shades I swatched from Auntie Jackie's palette. Shookington, Wigglies, this one is Dwellers, then I swatched Sponsored, and that one is Zam. So these are all the ones from Jackie's palette, and these are all the ones from Desi and Katie's palette. I'm sorry I had to swatch them. They were just too beautiful. So I'll take my little wipe, start over again. I wish I could find my makeup removal wipes though, because it's like using these little ones makes it harder and takes longer. Whereas if I had bigger makeup removal wipes, I would. But I have to go to the gas station today, so I'll stop by Walgreens and do that, I guess. Next we have the It's Freaking Bets palette that y'all know I complained about. But the shimmers in here are, like, to me, more exciting than the mattes. So I'm gonna swatch all the shimmers in this palette. Like, the shade Handbook is gorgeous. Apparition is nice as well. Apparition seems like a purple version of that Skew palette shade I showed you, the Periwinkle one. Shade 0 is really nice as well. I think the only shimmer I wasn't really crazy about here is Sam, because it's the one I have used the least. So I'm probably not going to swatch that one, but I've swatched everything else because those are like my all-time favorite ones. So there we go. Yeah, we got Handbook, Apparition, 0, and then Grim. These are the shades that I was most excited about, and I feel like the mattes in here complement them nicely. So that's another one. Then we're gonna pretty much just end with Oden's Eye, because like the rest of them are all just Oden's Eye, except for Angelica Nicois's Kaleidos palette. But both of Angie's palettes made in here because she just picks the most beautiful sparkles for you to put on the lid. So we're going to start off with those. I'm trying to get the rest of these deep shades off my fingers because since the rest of Angie's shimmers are of light reflective shimmers, at least in this palette, I know I don't have to worry about them blending in with other shades when I have to go swatch again. So let's see. I'm gonna just swatch all the shimmers in this palette too because they're just beautiful. So I have what is Firefly, then You're My Only Hope, Celestial. I'm saying it now so I don't have to remember it later because I'm telling you how to order as I'm swatching them. So is it Nova? Then we have the shade Astro. And Astro just seems like a more sheared out version of It's Freaking Bats shade I showed y'all earlier. And of course the shade Nebula because it's called the Club Nebula palette. So here is what all of those shades look like. As you can see, they're just nice sheery, shifting, sparkly type shades. So I'm definitely here for all of them. And along with the mattes that she chose, there's just a match made in heaven. So we're gonna go into Angie's next palette down, which is the Hella palette. And I'm not gonna swatch all the shimmers in here, but I do have certain shimmers I like, so I'm gonna swatch Fluorescent, which is the green one. Start off with Fluorescent. Then we'll do the, what is it? The Venom shade, because it's a deeper shimmery green that I'm really liking. Then let's see what else we can do. Of course, we have to do the shade River, just because it's so unique, even though it's supposed to be kind of deep. And then we have the shade, what is this called? Double-sided. So I told y'all the names as I was watching them, so we didn't have to worry about that. So those are the names of those. Okay, we got two more palettes left, and then I'll be done, I swear. I'm trying to get done in a timely fashion, but they're just so pretty and sparkly. My hand gonna be glittery like for days, y'all. I don't care if I do wash it, like I feel like it's just gonna be glittery for days. Anyway, last two. We're gonna start with Giant Wolves, and of course y'all know I say the best last. I'm saving Tina's palette for last, but I like the shade Astral in here and the shade Eternal. Those are the two that stick out to me, so we're gonna do Astral and Eternal. So this is Astral, this is Eternal, and that's what both of them look like. They have gorgeous shifts to them because they're the special ones that she chose to shift. So Eternal has a whole bunch of different shifts to it. And of course, last but not least, we have Hummingbird. Hummingbird has been here forever. Y'all know that Tina just stays in my background forever. I actually used this palette this week with another palette, and I like a lot of Angie shades, so it's gonna be hard to pick, but I know I'm picking Feathers for sure. We're gonna do Tropics. Y'all know I'm not big on oranges, so I think I'll skip Swallowtail. And then of course I like the shade Fancy, because you know, hello. So I just swatched Feathers, then I'm swatching Tropic, and I'm swatching Fancy. So these are shades that just make me happy, and these palettes, I'm trying to let you see the shift. It's not working too well, but you know, I'm still trying. Why not? Why not? But yeah, so those are all the shades I have for this lovely tag video that Ashley tagged me in. So what did you think of my picks? Do you own any of these palettes? Would you have picked any of these colors? Let me know down below. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.